5 seconds remaining.
All right, welcome back, everyone. We've got one best of one down. We've got one left to go tonight to determine which of these two teams between eHug and We'll Wreck While Whistling will advance to our losers bracket final to be played at another date up against Boreal Esports for the Dota 2 Canada Cup losers bracket finals. Once again, I'm Niz. Hopefully you saw that first game because it was a pretty good one. eHug, pulling out the upset as they dropped Summer's Rift, the defending champions for the Dota 2 Canada Cup. They get knocked off their block, their top pedestal, or whatever you want to say, as they had a 76% chance going in to that game, and they lost. Easily one of the favorites to repeat or to come back and get very, very far, either a first or second place finish in this tournament. We're seeing them knocked out in the losers bracket quarterfinals. Wow, by a team, eHug, a team that was looked over for a TI5 qualifier invite. Now eHug are looking to prove themselves. Wheel, one of those teams that actually got a TI5 qualifier invite, and frankly, very deserving. They're one of the top tier teams, I think, outside of what I would consider the big three for the TI qualifiers, and that's of course Team Tinker, Summer's Rift, and our team waiting for us in the grand finals for the Dota 2 Canada Cup, the North American Rejects. But Wheel, I mean, they've got to be next on the list. They're easily in that 4th or 5th spot. They're outside that top 3. They're looking in. And, well, they're going to look to show us a little bit of what they've got here. Is they've only got this one game to prove themselves. Because if you lose this, you're done. And Wheel, they did quite well in their groups. In fact, did they go undefeated in the groups? They might have. I know that when they got to the winners bracket, they played up against the North American Rejects in the first round. They lost 2-0. So that's a little bit disappointing. But then they played not today in the first round of the losers bracket, and they beat them to advance and eventually get here. But not today. Another one of those big teams when you look at the TI qualifier invites. Another one of those teams that, frankly, left us. They got eliminated from this tournament pretty early on. But those teams are gone. We got to move on. We've got Wheel versus Team eHug in our third, or we've got 3 remaining series is what I was trying to say. I don't know how I'm supposed to transition into that. But this isn't a professional affair. We may try to be professional, but this is amateur hour here. So we'll try to regroup and get it all back on the same page here. But
10 seconds remaining.
So we've got this series and then just 2 more series left.
5 seconds remaining.
And eHug, we'll look to continue. I almost feel like it's an insult to say this kind of a Cinderella story, if you want to call it that, because they were easily the underdog going up against Summer's Rift. But, you know, they had already lost to them 2-0 in the winners bracket, and then they come back. They get that revenge victory. They beat Summer's Rift, and now they come into this series up against Wheel, and you have to give the upper hand to Wheel. At some point, you know, if eHug keeps winning, you've got to say, well, momentum's on their side, but I don't think we're there yet. I think Wheel definitely the favorites in this one as well. But eHug looking to disappoint or impress or whatever you want to call it. Either way. But let's hop into the draft and figure out what's going on, as we've got eHug. They've banned out the Leshrac and the Gyrocopter. The bans for Wheel were the Visage and the Wisp, or the IO. So Wheel not having any of eHug's first pick Visage. They're getting rid of that immediately. First picks, Warwick, Queen of Pain and Witch Doctor, Shadow Fiend and Lion for Wheel. So it looks like we are going to have Relic on the Shadow Fiend, as we've seen him play that a few times, and he's quite good on it. As for eHug, We've got Queen of Pain. We saw Queen of Pain last game. We saw Witch Doctor last game. This time, the Queen of Pain is going to be on their side. The Witch Doctor, once again, will be on their side. Probably Bloody Nine going to be taking control of that. Beastmaster now the pick for eHug. But I kind of skipped over our second round of bans there as we had the Omni Knight. Omni Knight. Interesting. Omni Knight and Earthshaker getting banned out by eHug. I believe Wheel is a team that actually likes running Omni Knight, but it's one of those heroes you don't really see all that much. But then Clockwork and Phantom Lancer were banned out by Wheel. So getting rid of
5 seconds remaining.
some more aggression with the Clockwork, a hero that's going to really punish a Shadow Fiend early on.
Reserve time.
And really, that kind of tells me that they want to protect their Shadow Fiend. They want to bank on their Shadow Fiend being a little bit stronger. But going up against a Beastmaster and a Queen of Pain, your Shadow Fiend's going to be very susceptible once those heroes start hitting 6. So it's going to be quite difficult to keep them alive. Wheel could elect to go with something like a Dazzle. Of course, you're going to get the minus armor synergy with the Shadow Fiend. You're also going to get the Shallow Grave and the heal to keep them alive. However, is that a hero that's really going to fit with your other support of Lion? Not really. I mean, it's still an option, but I don't know. I don't know if I like it. But we'll have to... It's not about whether or not I like it. We'll have to see if Derp and Wheel, if they like it, and they choose to pick it up. As for eHug, we've got the Queen of Pain most likely going to be in the mid lane, Beastmaster most likely in the off lane, Witch Doctor on the support. So we're waiting for a support and a carry for them. Wheel, it's pretty straightforward. Shadow Fiend either in the mid or safe lane, most likely mid. Lion going to be a support. There we go. Spirit Breaker. He's going to mix it up a little bit. Spirit Breaker could be off lane, could be a support. We're not sure. We'll have to see going forward. What's interesting is that there is, if Spirit Breaker is indeed going to be the off laner, there is a little bit of a advantage going the way of eHug with the Beastmaster being able to beat the Spirit Breaker 1v1. That should be a pretty one-sided lane for the Beastmaster. Of course, the boars, with good micro on the boars, that'll completely dominate another melee hero. So a little advantage there going the way of eHug, but we don't know that that's an off-lane Spirit Breaker, and we certainly don't know that there's going to be an aggro tri-lane coming out that would actually create that 1v1 situation.
10 seconds remaining.
But Treant Protector was the hero picked up by eHug, so that's going to be their second support. And that's going to allow a hero like a Queen of Pain or even a Beastmaster to go pretty deep into the fight because they've got that living armor. And it's quite significant. Now we see Wheel picking up the Winter Wyvern. We've seen it 2 times, I think, already in this tournament. But the more important thing is that it finally got seen in professional play. Was it IG picked it up? I believe in the finals between it was between IG and Secret at the Red Bull LAN finals. I guess spoiler, but either way, Winter Wyvern was picked up there, and we saw it do some good things. And it's great to see that hero's all of a sudden coming up as added to CM, and immediately it becomes relevant. And not because it's ridiculously strong, or at least if it is, we haven't figured it out enough to determine that it's ridiculously strong, but it's really relevant. All of its skills really, really good, but I don't think they're too far. They're too good that the hero needs to be changed. So I think Winter Wyvern's in a great place right now, and teams certainly just starting to experiment with them. Final 2 bans were Slark and the Spectre, so no more Spectre for the side of eHug. They're going to elect to go with the Luna instead as their safe lane carry, and a little bit of a weird lineup that makes for eHug. But I think it'll work. Jug's going to be the pick for Wheel. Interesting. So it is going to be an off-lane Spirit Breaker. And that leaves Juggernaut as the carry for Wheel. Huh. Not sure who I give the advantage to here. I think it's actually really, really even. Some things that are going to be quite important. What's going to happen with the Shadow Fiend? Is he going to be pressured a lot early on? Spirit Breaker. What's going to happen with his charges? We've seen IX Mike do good things and bad things on that hero before, so he needs to make sure he doesn't overextend. but pressure's good. So we'll have to see what IX Mike's able to do on that Spirit Breaker, as those are probably the two most important things for Wheel. Early rotations from Lion, and even to some extent maybe even Winter Wyvern could be big as well.
5 seconds
As for
remaining.
eHug, you want to be looking for that Queen of Pain. What is the Queen of Pain going to be able to do early on? Same with the Beastmaster. Once he hits 6, what is he able to do? Luna, very, very important to keep her alive early on. And frankly, we're probably not going to see too many rotations coming out from the supports on eHug early on. It's going to be counter rotations, if anything. Tree really not going to be rotating at all, but he's going to be, or he should be, on point with the living armor. But let's find out who's playing what. As we've got Wheel Wreck while whistling on the Radiant side. They're going to be looking to advance to our losers bracket finals in the Dota 2 Canada Cup. Playing their Winter Wyvern is going to be Derp Derp. IX Mike, talking a little bit in chat, he's going to be playing the Spirit Breaker. Relic is going to be on the Shadow Fiend. Goody on the Lion. Kind of looks like Beastmaster, or not Beastmaster, kind of looks like Bristleback a little bit right now with the paws. Maybe I'm just crazy. Sleazel is going to be playing the Juggernaut. I missed a little bit in chat. Just joking a little bit. On our Dire side, we've got Team eHug. Justin played a pretty good job. Did a pretty good job last game on the Spectre to come back from a not so great start. But he's going to be playing the Luna this time around, so going to look to start off a little bit better. Bloody Nine going to be playing the Treant Protector. Infinity on the Queen of Pain. Ja on the Witch Doctor. So not Bloody Nine playing the Witch Doctor. They switched it up a little bit. MJW, who did a ridiculous job on the Nyx Assassin last game, he's going to be playing the Beastmaster. One thing to point out, it has nothing to do with actual in-game items. Well, I guess it is an actual in-game item, but that's the inscribed Golden Moonfall thing from the TI Compendium. That's pretty awesome.
30
So a little bit of
seconds to battle.
swag points, I guess, going the way of Justin. Don't see any kind of aggression coming out from either teams right here. Just taking their rune closest to their safe lane. As we've got 4 heroes down here for the side of Wheel, going for the bottom rune. Doesn't look like MJW is even going to try to contest it. As for our top rune, eHug all over that. IX Mike going to do a little bit of blocking.
battle
Surprisingly,
begins.
MJW's positioning right now. He's kind of venturing out, not doing any blocking. But he will place an Observer Ward there. There is a sentry for Derp Derp. As they've actually... I thought they passed a ward to IX Mike. Where's the other sentry ward? I don't know. Am I crazy? Am I missing it? Maybe.
No
Bloody
more
Nine
for
just actually
you.
standing up here on the high ground. Either way, we do have an Observer Ward up here to protect IX Mike in the off lane. There is it's a lane ward. It's not an aggressive ward, but it kind of works as an aggressive ward early on for the side of eHug to spot that positioning of IX Mike to help them zone him out a little bit better. And it was IX Mike with the sentry ward. Oh, he must have dropped it by the tower. Okay. Unfortunately, his sentry will not catch the Observer Ward from eHug, or at least I don't think that does. Bloody Nine now in a little bit of a right-click battle with IX Mike, and this is one of the things that's really nice about Treant Protector here is Treant Protector hits really damn hard, and he's okay at zoning, but when he's put up against a melee hero, he's incredibly good at zoning. So IX Mike going to be getting zoned out by this Treant Protector, and that's going to free up Ja to do a lot of pulling and stuff like that. Bloody Nine taking quite a bit of damage. IX Mike, we heard it. We didn't see it because I looked away for some unknown reason. But he used the charge there to stun Bloody Nine as the creep wave came. And that meant that Bloody Nine was going to take a bunch of damage. Bloody Nine doesn't have living armor. He's gone for Leech Seed at level 1, which is pretty standard, but he'll be looking to get that level 2 up as soon as he can, and that'll help heroes like Infinity in the mid lane on the Queen of Pain. He'll be able to play a little bit more aggressive on Relic, and certainly it'll be able to help MJW in the bottom lane against any kind of aggression coming out from this defensive tri-lane. Goody, securing 2-minute rune, getting the bounty rune. IX Mike, however, got the top and the more important one, which is an invis rune. And that's going to allow him to do a lot more in terms of securing some XP in this offlane. Don't think he'll actually be able to get any gold as a result, as it would be kind of scary, but he doesn't know where Bloody Nine is. Bloody Nine quite far away. He's gone all the way back to the fountain to regen back up. So maybe IX Mike will break this invis. Now it doesn't look like it. He'll go for this last hit because his invis is about to expire, and he will get it. So he does get one last hit as a result of that invis, but more importantly, he got that XP. So far, mid lane. Oh, there we go. Infinity going on the aggressive now. Relic hitting him with a race. Tower getting some damage in too. Overall, Relic losing a little bit more HP when it's all said and done, but a pretty even exchange. But when we look at the CS, Infinity once again out in front, as he did last game. He's at 18 and 8, whereas Relic sitting at just 10 and 2. Of course, Shadow Fiend struggles a little bit early on, so it's not the biggest tell in the world. But Infinity certainly off to a good start. In terms of our safe laners, Justin going to go up to 20 CS here, 20 and 4, whereas Sleazel's at 22 and 10. So a little bit more denies going the way of Wheel, and that's going to help these offlaners be a little bit lower on XP, as we've got level 2 on MJW. IX Mike has managed to hit 3. He did have the advantage of having that invis rune.
Dire's top tower is
But
under
still,
attack.
those denies not... well, those denies hurting quite a bit. But now Derp, sensing that he's got to go stop that ancient camp from spawning. And Relic was rotating down here to get the bottom rune and bottle it up. It was a regen. That would have been great for him to have, but good board control coming up from MJW, destroying the rune. IX Mike in the top lane has been taking some damage. We are going to have a dive here coming out from eHug. TP coming in from Goody on the line. Will he be able to get a return kill? As our first blood goes to Ja, as IX Mike is the first one to go down. We're going to have another TP coming out from Derp, but he'll cancel. And now MJW pushing up a little bit far, maybe not realizing that Derp canceled, as that's going to allow Derp to slow him down. Sleazel to get on top and get the spin off, as we're going to get a kill going the way of Wheel. Now 1-1. IX Mike has respawned. He'll just charge his way back up into the top lane, where Goody has been soaking up a bunch of XP and even getting a few last hits there, which you always will accept as a support. But of course, it would have been a little bit better if his offlaner didn't die. It's kind of weird. You almost don't want to ever get farm on a support, because it typically means that, you know, someone's died, or everyone on your team's really out of position or something like that. So you typically don't want farm on your support. That's when everything's going well, kind of, or it could be going horribly.
Denied.
We've got Relic just farming up a little bit in the jungle. He's fallen a little bit further behind Infinity, who is about to hit level 7. That's a pretty big level for the Queen of Ping. When you take a look at Relic, he's almost level 6, so big advantage going the way of Infinity in terms of XP.
Gold for me.
Now Goody finding himself soaking up a little bit more XP and gold in the mid lane now. Missing a little last hit there on the range creep. He prepared it. He prepared for it, but didn't actually throw the last hit to get it. Not wanting to take too much damage from the creeps, I guess. Take a quick look at what everyone has right now. Sleazel about to hit 6, but he's got phase boots and he's gone for an Aquila. MJW still just has his normal boots, but rotating away, surprisingly. Infinity has bottled up an illusion. Relic just has his normal boots and bottle. What's going on? Okay. I don't know what's going on, because the question mark came out from IX Mike there when his own team, his own Juggernaut paused. And then Sleazel said go. That was a little bit of a ridiculous pause timing, but IX Mike is going to go down. Justin gets the kill with the Eclipse. Coming up from the Luna, but now Sleazel TP's on in. As they're going to look to turn this around and fight. Sleazel throws out the Omni Slashes. They're going to get a double. As that's not the kind of pause that you like to see. Whatever. Either way, Relic's going to go down in the mid lane as Infinity and MJW are going to combine for a kill there. IX Mike was charging MJW, but he's not going to go through with this. I mean, he might, but no. But yeah, that pause, unfortunately. It was right after the dive, and then, of course, Sleazel says, okay, go, and then he TP's on up there and gets a double kill. I don't know, it's a little unfortunate. Kind of a tactical pause there. Puppy pause, if you will. I guess I'm just speculating by saying that, but...
Radiant's middle tower is under
oh, well,
attack.
it is what it is. You don't know what actually happened. You gotta basically take the player's word for it. But it does result in our game being even at 3 kills apiece. IX Mike doing a little farming in the bottom lane. He's gone for a 1-1-2 build, so maxing that Greater Bash. And, you know, some players like to go for some more points in Charge of Darkness. Allows you to charge faster, make those rotations
Radiant's
quicker.
top tower is under attack.
But in the end, you just don't have the damage output, and that's why you need to put those points into Greater Bash. As we see, as he hits 5, he puts the 3rd point in. Because Nether Strike,
Radiant's bottom tower is under
basically,
attack.
Greater Bash is the target, and does some bonus damage on top of it. But if you don't have points into Greater Bash, it's going to do basically nothing. So you need those points in Greater Bash. Sleazel has picked up a Morbid Mask. Excuse me. I'm just waiting here to see IX Mike when he hits 6, because that's a very important timing for Wheel. Of course, level 6 on MJW is important as well, but that one's a little bit further away.
Radiant's top tower
Wyvern's halfway to 6 as well. Top tier 1 has gone down in favor of eHug. Just Goody was up there to defend, so Wheel just accepting the fact that they were going to lose that tower. But 1,200 gold on Goody already. Blink Dagger going to be coming out really quickly for the Lion. As for Ja, looks like treads are going to be his item of choice, or boots of choice, on the Witch Doctor. Already completed his magic wand. Justin has picked up a Morbid Mask. In fact, he has almost the same items as the Juggernaut, with the exception of the boots. He's got power treads, whereas the Jug has the phase boots. So our 2 carries, pretty much even. You look at the CS, 67 and 24 on the Jug, 64 and 6 on the Luna. So very even there. Full supports here for eHug. Preparing to stack, doing a little jungle stacking for their carry, and maybe even for Infinity if need
middle
be.
Tower is under attack.
He wants to go and farm that, as they want him to eventually get towards that Orchid. We'd have 2 Observer Wards in the mid lane, scouting up onto the high grounds. Of course, the Dire one may be a little bit better positioned, because it gives you more vision of the Radiant high ground, whereas the Radiant one gives you vision of the Dire high ground, but not as good. Despite that that little fight in the top lane, this one's actually been relatively passive. MJW completing a medallion. That's interesting.
Dire's bottom tower is under
Great
attack.
item pickup for Beastmaster. I don't think you typically see that as a first item on a Beastmaster. So interesting that he chose to go with that Relic. He's going to get jumped on by Infinity. Ja drops the Death Ward, but the other heroes from Wheel are just there as well. Infinity's in trouble. He's going to go down, so we will lose both mid laners. No real advantage going the way of either team. Maybe eHug, because they got they dropped the Shadow Fiend first, but took 4 heroes to do so. The gold change goes in favor of Wheel. XP slightly in favor of Wheel as well. That puts Goody up at 1650 gold. 600 gold from a Blink Dagger. Already as a Lion. Impressive. Derp's unfortunately having to do a little bit more of the hard supporting stuff, allowing that position 4 to get there. To get that gold up. But he's managed a soul ring as he just flew that in with the courier right now. So he's got that available to him, and he's just going to toss the Splinter Blast on the creep wave, but also making sure that splashes on the hero, so Infinity taking a good amount of damage there as well. Bloody 9 doing some further stacking, as this is a quad stacked Ancient Camp, as they'll look to bring that down. Expect the Luna to be the one to get most of that gold. As they're going to need probably, the Helm of the Dominator, as it's going to be flying in right now. At least the Helm of the Iron Will combine with the Morbid Mask to create that item. Sleazel now running right up to the tower. He's not scared of anything. He slashes it once with his sword and then backs away. But he's got support from his allies off to the side as IX Mike and Derp Smoke both get popped. Infinity blinks on forward. He's got double damage. Bloody 9 was on top of them as well, and this is not looking good for Wheels. They're going to lose Derp. Will they lose IX Mike? I don't think so. I think he'll be able to get away. Well, he went to cast the Nether Strike, and eHug actually just backing away, but he canceled it. So it's just the one kill. That could have been a lot more disastrous for Wheel, as they could have, especially if Bloody 9 was 6, oh my goodness, that would have been a disaster for Wheel. But not the case. They're devoting a lot of gold, a lot of farm to Goody.
Dire's top tower is
they
under
really
attack.
value that early Blink Dagger on the line, and it does so much for a line to be able to have that additional mobility. MJW going to run in, get the roar off onto Goody here, and this is a great timing there coming out from eHug as they drop that line as he was getting closer and closer to his Blink Dagger, and they set him back from that timing. That's huge, and a lot of the gold he's been acquiring haven't been from kills, because we haven't seen that many in this game. He's been farming, so he's going to lose all that gold. Or the max gold that he would lose for death. We almost lost the top tier 1 there. Living Armor kept alive. Living Armor not going to be able to keep alive the mid tier 1 as Sleazel and Derp slash that one down. Justin has been cleaning up that ancient stack. He's now sitting on 2,000 gold.
Tower is under attack.
Bottom tier 1 set to go down for eHug. MJW really apprehensive about going up near the tower. It's sitting on 88, 63. The catapult that could. 35. One more. There. Oh, no, it's going to get glyphed. As that was a little bit of a questionable glyph coming out from Wheel. As yes, it kept the tower alive for longer, but it actually allowed the last hit to come out from the Beastmaster. But Infinity's going to go down. Goody. Throwing out the finger. He'll have enough for his Blink Dagger as long as he doesn't die before buying it. But they're going to get another kill. They're going to drop Jaw. He's sitting on 2,500 gold. The Blink Dagger will be coming out. Top tier 1 tower goes down as well. There comes the Blink Dagger for the Lion. He could probably even get a set of Tranquils pretty soon as well. He's going to go with a Magic Stick instead. And a TP. We already had the Magic Stick, so another TP and a Smoke. That makes a little bit more sense. But they're not done pushing. They're just going to drop this tier 2 as well. eHug not defending this. We saw eHug lose a lot of towers early on last game, but they rebounded from it.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Justin was pushing in the bottom lane, but Sleazel will now TP down here. Justin's just going to go back to the jungle and farm, although he is in the Radiant jungle.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
We have Mech getting finished by Relic as we switch on over to our net worth and see who's number 1, as we've got both of our safe lane carries. Well, actually, sorry, both the Shadow Fiend and the Luna pretty close, if not even. But then the Jug, a little bit ahead, about 1,000 gold ahead of those two. As Sleazel, he's in a pretty good place thus far. We got the Queen of Pain, who has fallen behind a little bit, 6.6k. But look at this, look at Goody on the line. 3,800 net worth. Ahead of the 2 offlaners. What position is that line? He's the real position 3, apparently.
Roshan has fallen
Roche
to
goes
the
down.
dire.
Justin picks up the
Dire's
Aegis.
bottom tower is under
All the
attack.
heroes from Wheel were close by, but weren't aware of what was going on. Now Ix Mike will charge and destroy, get the kill onto that Hawk. It's a little bit of extra gold in his pocket. Just cost him a little bit of mana. Now his team will look to bring down this tier 1 tower.
Dire's structures
eHug,
are fortified.
not looking like they're willing to give this
Dire's
one up
bottom
though.
tower is
They're gonna
under
glyph,
attack.
and they're all kind of standing in behind it.
Radiant's middle tower
Justin is pretty
under
far,
attack.
but is he going to come down the jungle? Looks like he, or down the river. Looks like he will. So we're going to have the tower go down.
Dire's
Relic getting the
bottom
last
tower
hit there, and
has
oh no, Overgrowth comes out from Bloody 9, but doesn't find any targets. So we'll get the tower, and eHug even wastes an ultimate. And we don't have any blood spilled. A little bit of drawing on the map coming out from Justin, saying for them to go down into the Radiant jungle. Or at least I think that's what it's saying. Because that's going to be the aim with their smoke here. Is 3 of them will smoke up on the side of eHug. This time Bloody 9 drawing a slightly different path for them. So the 2 heroes that actually aren't smoke up are the ones given the directions here. Oh, they're going to find Goody. I was going to hit him with the axes. Goody, oh, gets the Earth Spike off. Will he be able to blink? He will. Oh my goodness. Oh my.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
That was definitely a missed opportunity for eHug. That should not, he should not have been able to get away
Dire's
there.
bottom tower
The
is
heroes,
under attack.
the heroes
Radiant's
chasing
middle
created a
tower is
line
under
there so that
attack.
2 of them could get stunned, and
Radiant
that's something that you
structures are
always need to be
fortified.
wary of going up against a line. You can't get multiple heroes stunned
Radiant's middle
in an
tower
Earth Spike
has
because,
fallen.
well, you just saw exactly what happened. He Earth Spikes 2, he hexes the other, allows him the time to get his Blink Dagger up off the cooldown so he can blink away. Now, Hex, Earth Spike, and Charge coming out onto Justin. That just drops his HP down to half. The tower actually doing the majority of the damage. Now Ix Mike just completely punishing Bloody 9 for overextending there. Goody getting the kill with the finger bang. Infinity will find a kill onto Derp Derp. Sleazel comes spinning on in, but he just gets focused down by the heroes on the side of eHug. Goody, now the focus target for them. They'll find it. Justin's going to go down. He does have the Aegis though. He'll be back up in a second. As we've lost 3 heroes on the side of Wheel. We did lose 2, but that was short-lived as Justin respawns with that Aegis. So eHug just loses their Tree and Protector. And now they'll look to deal some damage to this tier 2 tower. They do have 3 seconds before Derp Derp will be back up. But as 3 heroes, I'm not sure if they're going to be able to defend. 10 more seconds to Lion, 15 for Jug. Looks like this tier 2 will just go down here. So eHug getting a little bit more gold going their way.
Has fallen.
So we're at the 20-minute mark. Let's take a look at where we stand. Gold differential, 2,000 in favor of Wheel. XP, just over 1,000 in favor of Wheel as well. So eHug once again playing a little bit from behind. But frankly, I think they're still in a pretty good spot. I don't think you can reliably rely on having a huge fight at Roche like they had last game. As I don't think they relied on that, but that was obviously a huge swing in their favor last game. And obviously if they can get that again this game, they'll gladly accept it. But I don't think we're going to see a huge one-sided fight like that. But you never know. We have a Manta finished by Justin. As we've got more drawing on the map as they're going to smoke up once again. Jaws holding the smoke as he's got his point booster, but still quite a ways away from finishing his Aghanim Scepter. Infinity has, he did finish a Yule Scepter, so he didn't go with that Orchid, but he's also picked up a point booster. MJW's added a Blink Dagger on top of that medallion. And Bloody 9, he's just got his Urn and his Arcanes. All the heroes for the side of Wheel are all grouped up. As we got the Blink Dagger and the Tranquils for Goody. That Blink Dagger timing came out so quickly. Derp Derp has got his Tranquils and a Soul Ring.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
That's interesting. They dropped the Sentry, but not going after the Observer Ward. They will come back for it, but Ix Mike getting a charge and destroying one of the Hawks. As he's picked up a cloak, so Glimmer Cape for him maybe? Definitely not a bad item
Dire's
for a
bottom
Spirit
tower
Breaker.
is under attack.
He's got an urn as well.
Dire's
Sleazel,
structures
Manta,
are
Mask of
fortified.
Madness, and
Dire's
Phase.
bottom tower is
And
under attack.
Relic's the only one we haven't covered. Is he's got
Radiant's middle
his
tower
treads,
is under
his
attack.
mech, and an ultimate orb.
Double
He's sitting on
damage.
3,800
Dire's bottom
gold, so
tower has
probably going to be
fallen.
going for a Scotty. As they're all
Radiant's
smoked
top
up, but they're all
tower is
TPing
under
back.
attack.
As eHug, there's 5 heroes looking to push down this tier 2 tower. They'll get it.
Radiant's
Charge
top
comes
tower
out.
has fallen.
On to Justin. Finger comes out as well, but they don't drop him. He's sitting on 50 HP. Still don't drop him. Finally, they'll bring him down. IX Mike smacks him with the lantern to drop him. Bloody Nine's going to try to run away. Won't be able to do so. MJW will blink away. So eHug gets that tier 2 tower, but it costs them 2 heroes. In fact, it costs them 3. One of the plus sides is that Infinity got away. That's big for them. He got a nice amount of farm in the bottom lane as well. But good position, good engagement there coming out from Wheel. As you would think immediately looking at that, why did they smoke? That was kind of a wasted smoke to some extent. But smoke followed by those TPs allowed them to get really close to eHug before those smokes were popped, and that allowed that initiation to happen. They got right on top of eHug practically. And, well, we saw it go very one-sided there for Wheel. They did lose their tower, but still. It was definitely a good engage for them. But one thing I want to draw attention to is take a look at the mini-map. Look at these observer wards coming out from the Radiant side. They've got the bottom rune covered. They've got the pillar covered, as IX Mike once again charges a bird. But we've got the pillar covered. Moving even further up, we've got the other pillar covered. And then we've got the mid lane covered. They've got so much vision of any action going on in the bottom lane. When we take a look at eHug, they've got wards covering the top rune and covering the pillar on the Radiant side of the map. This helps protect against a tier 2 push, which certainly they did, but didn't really work out for them with how Wheel engaged, as a lot of them were actually off to the side here. And this other one, a little bit more defensive. Of course, it does spot out that rune for you, but it kind of protects your jungle a little bit more. So it's a little bit more of a farming ward, but kind of a little bit further out there, which is always nice to have. We'll quickly cycle through, see if we got any new item pickups. We did get the Glimmer Cape getting finished by IX Mike. Relic also finished his Eye of Scotty. He's got another 1100 gold on himself, too. And we've got an ultimate orb picked up by Sleazel. He's already finished his Manta. Is that going to be a Scotty as well for him? A Scotty seems to be the item of choice for carries these days. MJW did upgrade his medallion to a Solar Crest. So we've got that available to them. And I think it will be quite valuable this game. We've also got the Aghanim Scepter getting finished by Infinity. And we'll take a look at Joss, see if he's made any progress towards his Aghanims. He's sitting at 750 gold right now. Almost at the halfway mark. Really close. But now Infinity will bottle up Haster in there. And they know that Roche is here. This observer ward, though, is completely spotting them out. Or they
Radiant's
actually...
bottom tower is under attack.
They can't really engage here. They know that this observer ward is here based on all the charges coming out from IX Mike. They're still going for it, and maybe they just know that Wheel is very far away from them on the map. But they're smoked and they're coming fast. Charge will come out from IX Mike on to Jack, who is invis, but he's just going to get detected immediately because they knew exactly where he was. Jaw's going to go down. Roche only down to half HP right now. Now eHug, oh no, not in a good position at all. Double stun coming out there from Goody. As we're going to lose Bloody Nine. Justin is going to get charged. Nice ultimate there from Infinity up on the high ground with the Sonic Wave. But I don't think it's going to be enough. As we will lose Justin, now Infinity is the focus target for the heroes on the side of Wheel. Infinity actually blinking forward there, getting the kill onto Goody. As it seemed like a little bit more of an offensive blink when you wanted to be running away, but it was probably one of the safer ones. But either way, Wheel will bring down Roche. Relic will go on to... or Aegis will go on to Relic, not the other way around. As we saw last game, a very one-sided team fight at Roche created a huge swing in one team's, huge momentum swing in one team's favor. That team was eHug. This game, that wasn't as big of a swing, but certainly a big swing in favor of a wheel this time. As let's take a look at our gold graph. We're past 5K, not the hugest lead, but it's starting to get significant. XP getting close to 7,500. It's wheel definitely getting their getting themselves in a good position going forward here. We're gonna have a Hedris getting picked up by Derp. I'm guessing eventually that's gonna be a mech coming out from him. Nope, it's gonna be a Vlad's instead. That's actually a great pickup from him. The change to Vlad's is pretty big. Sleazel has picked up his second ultimate orb, 1,300 gold on hand. He's very close to finishing his Eye of Scotty. He got another 1,300 gold on Goody, but still hasn't picked up another item since finishing those Tranquils after his blink. We got another 3,400 on Relic. Scotty will get finished by Sleazel, as maybe we'll looking to group up here in the mid lane, as they've got two carries here. There's Goody and IX Mike are pretty close by as well. Yeah, this is going to be a push on the tier 2. IX Mike is going to charge as he's found a target on MJW thanks to the plenty of wards coming out from Wheel. And eHug wants nothing to do with this tier 2 tower. They completely back away. Wheel takes it freely. Well, they keep pushing to the tier 3. Infinity's going to blink back, or TP back. Going to throw out the Sonic Wave, just going to deal damage to Sleazel and Relic. But Relic's there with the mech to heal them right back up. Sonic Wave basically doing nothing for him. Glyph will buy them a little bit of time, but the tower is going down. It's going down so quickly, as it will fall. We do have Bloody Nine coming in from behind. He needs to be careful. His invis is popped. Oh no! Not able to get the overgrowth off, and now he's just going to get CC'd up. We are going to lose the Treant Protector in just a second. Relic letting the Requiem fly. He's going to get a double. As now they're going to keep going forward. MJW and Ja are going to go down. So are the set of racks. Justin did buy back, and so did Ja. Infinity was the only hero not to go down on the side of eHug. Well, they don't keep their racks alive, but they do stay in the game. Those two buybacks helping do so. We have another aggressive observer ward coming out from the side of Wheel, as they just are tightening the ropes around eHug, not giving them any space at all. Smoke coming out from Ja and Infinity, as that does help position themselves a little bit better, so that Wheel can't see exactly where these heroes are. We've got Bloody Nine and Viz as well, but the tier 3 has gone down. I want to back away here to give you a complete view of the entire fight. As the racks are going to go down, we're going to lose our second melee racks. And now that's the moment where Wheel will back away. eHug will look to try and get a pick off. They're a full force of 5, but Wheel turns around right at the high ground. Will we lose Bloody Nine? We will. He gets the overgrowth off. No, he won't. He will still survive. Sonic Wave coming out as they try to focus down Sleazel, but there's the Ice Prison, whatever the hell it's called, coming out from Derp, healing him back up. As it's going to be a monster kill for Sleazel. But you have to give a lot of credit to Derp as he kept Sleazel alive there. As IX Mike will get a kill now. Relic will look to bring down this top set of racks. Infinity is in behind them, but not with too much mana. Certainly not enough to let a Sonic Wave go. As we're going to lose our second set of racks. Now Wheel will just look to move all the way to the bottom lane. 30 minutes into this game, GG gets called by eHug. As eHug, they pulled out an upset to drop Summer's Rift in our game before this to get to this point. But Wheel, the favorites going into this, they managed to take it, and they'll advance to our losers bracket finals. Well, they'll be going up against Boreal. Not sure when that game will be. I'll let you guys know as soon as I know, but it won't be tonight, or at least I don't believe so. So it will be at a later date. I'll have to let you guys know when that is. If you hit me up with a follow on Twitter at NizCast, I'll let you guys know as soon as I know. But of course, DotA2.ca, the tournament website, will let you know as well. There's a schedule on there. As soon as that's updated, well, then you'll know and I'll know. But that will be our losers bracket finals. That'll be a best of 3. Winner of that will advance. Well, loser, first of all, finishes 3rd. The winner of that will advance to the grand finals. We'll go up against the North American Rejects in a best of 5. And, well, that's going to be an interesting one. North American Rejects, they've been undefeated pretty much all tournament long. To some extent. They did lose 1 game in the group stage, but they had 2 players that had disconnect issues. So, practically undefeated. Yeah, North American Rejects looking quite good. Quite good. But it's been an interesting night. We lost our defending champions, Summer's Rift. I'm still shocked. I'm still shocked by that. eHug played well. They did. Fortunately, they didn't play well enough to beat Wheel in this match. But yeah, Wheel will advance. And I'm looking forward to our last 2 series, the Wheel against Boreal and then the winner of that against North American Rejects. It should be some good games, and I look forward to it. Once again, I'm Niz. Thanks for watching, everyone. Make sure you hit that follow on twitch.tv/NizCast. Also, I already plugged my Twitter, but at NizCast, I'll plug it again. Why not? All the VODs of everything I cast go up on YouTube, youtube.com/NizCast, so you can find those VODs if you care to. Besides that, I already mentioned DotA2.ca for the tournament. There's an in-game ticket for $9. It gets you a Sven set, gets you access to all these replays. But more importantly, 12.5% of that $9 goes to increasing the prize pool. Start at $10,000. It's up to just under $12,000. It would be nice to hit that. As well, this tournament's been a good one. It's been a little bit delayed getting towards the end of the tournament. But we're eager to see how it will finish. And I'll bring you the action for those final 2 series when they come available. But that's going to do it for me tonight. Not sure exactly when my next cast is going to be based on that best of 3, but I know I definitely will be casting on Saturday for the Saturday Dota League. So I'll let you guys know when I know exactly which games I'll be casting for SDL. But that's going to wrap it up for me. Thanks everyone for watching. You guys have a good night, and we'll see you again next time.